Alrighty then. Okay, I'm going to make a conscious effort to not yap if possible. So I'm just going to go through this. Tricep pull down, ended up doing 2 times 5 at 32 kg, and then 1 times 7 at 36 kg plus the pin. I thought if you were there, you told me to go heavier. I reckon I could go heavier next time. Okay, that's alright. That's pretty alright. In that case, but if 1 time, so you did 7 reps at 36 plus the pin. Next week we'll definitely look at going up weight then. We'll definitely look at going up weight. That's good. Leg extensions. I did 1x5 at 28, found that quite easy, so tried a bunch of different weights. Yeah, so you went up a lot of weight. I imagine you're getting comfortable like pushing yourself as well. Like you're getting stronger and you're getting more comfortable pushing yourself. So those are probably good like couple things. We're getting used to the movements, so you're able to go more like full effort on them, which is nice. Barbell bench, me and Frank couldn't work out the maths 27.5, so we put 30 kg on. Did 3x5, 30 kg, fucked up my grip at the end on the second set, had to put it away and readjust. What do you mean by fucked up your grip at first? Oh, do you mean like you unracked it, did like one, had to then re-rack it, take it back out again a second time, and then you can continue the set? If that's the case, that you know that sort of stuff happens. That's all right, but um, let me know how that one felt. If that felt super heavy. By the way, the maths on 27.5 is a 2.5 and a 1.25 on each side. But no worries, you've done 30. If I imagine that probably still felt pretty alright for you, judging by how 25 moved last time. So when it comes to next week, we'll just move on and do 30 for 7 instead for the sets. So that's lovely. And then squats, Frank loves giving advice. I'm not taking a lot of it, but still recorded a set of these. I found that pushing the weight onto my back helped a lot more pain. I had to check with you that I'm doing it properly still. All felt like it went okay though. Okay, so that's the main thing which I'm going to be looking at and giving feedback on is the squats, because that is the video that you sent over.
Recording now.
Yes, so yeah, that's fine. Start off, find your grip,
Get the whole thing in frame, you know.
your wrists do look a little bit straighter. One thing, and let me know on this, because I know the first couple times that you said when you were holding the bar, and it might just be because you had a lot of the weight on the bar, but you said that the weight coming down like on your thumb joints wasn't comfortable for you, and so we tried with thumb over the bar instead, and I think you said that found that more comfortable. However, just let me know on that. It might just have been that you've forgotten about doing thumb over the bar, or maybe you did try thumb over the bar and thumb under the bar did feel more comfortable. So let me know on that. But grip width looks nice. Your wrists are definitely a lot more straight. And you know it's hard for me to see, but if what you're saying is that like your back was taking a lot more of the weight, that's good.
Yep, it's all
That's
good.
good.
You'll just keep going, alright?
That's fair enough, Frank.
It feels it's a bit harder for me to give criticism while, you know, I'm recording.
I'll respect that. That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Right.
You know what? So those last 3 reps, they were very good. They were very good. And I want to pinpoint where do we I think on these first couple, the bar was like you see here, it's just a little bit like lopsided at the bottom. I think correct me if I'm wrong, but after this, I believe you widen your stance a little bit.
You'll just keep going, alright?
Yeah, so you readjust your stance a little bit. Stance is an important thing. That one's just a little bit wobbly at the bottom, so I imagine you then get used to it. Okay, that's a lot better. So I think one of the big things is that you are at the bottom of the first one, especially your knees came in a little bit on the way down. Sometimes, your knees will come in a little bit when you're on the way up. That's just because your adductors, which are the muscles on the inside of your thighs, are very strong hip extensors. So your glutes work to basically like if you bend down and your legs are like a 90-degree angle, and then you go to standing up, so then there's like an 180-degree angle. That's your glutes, but your hip adductors, ADD not abductors, different muscle, are also a very good hip extensor. So that helps with that sort of like hinging motion. So on the way up, you might feel that as the weights get heavier, your knees come in a little bit. That's fine. However, I think knees coming in on the way down, it's just a case of you needing to cue knees out a little bit more. That's the main thing. So coming down, knees out. That's fine. Look like you came
just
back
keep
on your
going,
heels
alright?
a little bit
I
there.
feel like it's a bit harder for me to give criticism while, you know, recording.
And that one, you just seem a little like these next ones. You just seem a little bit more symmetrical, basically. You just seem a bit more symmetrical,
Right.
which is nice. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks as well like you. I don't know why I say correct me if I'm wrong. I can just see, but it looks like you slowed it down a tiny bit. I think that helps. So that's the one thing I'd say is cue knees out just a little bit more, and that might mean that you take a tiny bit wider stance than you are at the moment. Maybe your toes are pointed out, which is fine. So your toes are pointed out, which is fine. Maybe take a tiny bit wider stance if possible. Just go like an inch like wider on each foot. And just slow it down a little bit. Because that would just help you with balance and the wobbling around at the bottom. Really nice and slow. That's the nice thing about is us just going with the bar, is it will feel really easy, but the weight is light enough where you can go down really slow, literally sit and pause at the bottom and get comfortable. You can live down there, man. You can fucking live in the bottom of the hole until it just feels normal to you, and then come back up. I'm not saying that you pause for 5 seconds, but just slowing it down like a little bit more, just for the time being, I think will be good. But other than that, that looks right. Yeah, so I look back and my arms are a lot wider than before, but that helped a lot. Okay, that's good. So if that's helping your back or shoulders or whatever feel more comfortable, amazing. That's good. As long as you have tightness, and by tightness, I mean like you can still like squeeze your back together throughout the whole lift and keep it squeezed and tight. Go with whatever feels comfortable for you. So as long as you can remain being tight, then do what is as comfortable as possible. So it's basically finding like the middle ground between both of those things. And perfect. Like the depth
Recording now.
wasn't bad, to be fair. Depth wasn't bad.
Yep, it's all good. Just keep going, alright? I feel like it's a bit harder for me to give
Let me see if I
criticism
can
while,
pull
you know,
it up on
recording.
hard. Yeah, you go a bit less than that. You do. Yes, it's not bad. Oh, you go even lower. Looks like that's about it. Yeah. Okay. Depth isn't bad. Depth really isn't bad. And I think what would help depth even more is, I promise, if you take a wider stance, if you can, like, in your room right now, try and squat as low as you can, keeping your foot flat on the floor, but with your feet together. See how low you can go? And then see how low you can go with your feet just outside of shoulder width. I can almost promise that you should be able to go a little bit lower, because it just opens up your hips a little bit more and relies less on your knees going over your toes. But other than that, honestly, that looks good. And if it's pain free, then that's a massive improvement from what it has been before. So very well done, Dylan. I will change your program, and I'll send that over to you. It's just going to be all the same exercises, so I won't send a video through with it, because I don't think I have to. It's just the same stuff again. But yeah, perfect. All right, that looked real good, man. These weights as well, going up on all of these, very impressive. I love that. I love that. Good stuff, man. Good shit.